All right, our next one is Nathan Mercer, all the way from Boyers, Pennsylvania, and this idea is on paralyzed veterans.
Hi, I'm Nathan Mercer. As she mentioned, some people ask for rooms, some ask for money. I ask for the money. I'm presenting for Team Over. I'm a Marine Corps veteran of Desert Storm, and I have an idea I feel very strongly about. What I'm proposing is that OPM has a presence at the 33rd National Veterans Wheelchair Games that are sponsored by the Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Department of Veterans Affairs. Why should we do this? Oh, first, the date of it's July 13th through the 18th, 2013, so we still have plenty of time to do this. And why should we do this? According to Jeff East from the PVA, 85% of seriously disabled veterans are currently unemployed. Why should we do this? I can't see it, so I'm just going to go off my notes. The first thing, Director Berry mentioned during the last town hall about the Detroit hiring event. He said that it was a great event, good working relation with the VA, so we can continue that relationship that we garnered with the VA and use it to our advantage to help these veterans, so we can continue that relationship. The next why, to me, this is the biggest one. If you're a wheelchair veteran, I've gone to the last 2 games, spent the entire week. My family and I both volunteered for the whole week. These veterans, it's not easy for them to fly in, fly out, and it's more costly. We could be sitting there, if somebody wanted to go to the Detroit Hiring Fair or the Veteran Wheelchair Games, we might be making them pick which they want to attend. Another problem is the Detroit Hiring Fair, as good as it was, I'm sure probably couldn't handle 600 wheelchair veterans all in there at once, where the wheelchair games are already set up to handle that amount of these athletes. So what I thought was, instead of making these people choose or travel twice, we already have a concentration of wheelchair-bound veterans that could qualify for Schedule A and Veterans Preference. Why not go to them? They're already going there. All 50 states were represented last year, along with Puerto Rico. The other thing is, it fits our mission perfectly. We're all about trying to get, we all have quotas and everything for Schedule A hiring and veterans. Again, why make these veterans who already have a difficult time getting around travel twice? Why not go to them? Next slide. So what are we going to do? Well, I thought, number one, a lot of times when I worked in HR, I found people didn't even understand or know about Schedule A. So we could have an information booth offering Schedule A and veteran preference to these veterans. The next slide, we could also provide assistance and workshops on USA Jobs and also creating a federal resume. A couple other good ideas, again, I can't see the slide, but a couple great ideas that came from our group was to possibly have a hiring event nearby. Again, if we could organize, I don't know the logistics behind what happened at the Detroit Hiring Fair, but again, if we could have like a mini hiring event at the wheelchair games, I thought that was an outstanding idea. We could sponsor an athlete, and a great idea that came out of the group was possibly a federal employee who's never attended these games, and they could act as a future ambassador at other games. We could also volunteer during the downtime. It takes 3,000 volunteers to pull these games off during a week, and you will be running around. So when there's downtime, when we're not doing something, we can always pitch in and volunteer in some way. And I think that's it. Again, this is a win for everybody. Veterans win because we're not asking them to travel twice or take on extra expenses to attend these. They're already going to the wheelchair games. Why not go to them? Over 600 went last year to Richmond. OPM wins because we get great exposure by doing our mission, and we're doing it in a very public way. The federal government wins because we're adding to the pool of potential Schedule A hirees. And the wheelchair games win because we're going to be adding value to an event that's already great. And in conclusion, I think this proposal should be funded, not only because it fits our mission and it makes us look great, but I also just think it's the right thing to do for this group of veterans. And I just want to go over one slide so you can get a sense. This is Babette Payton. She started competing in these games 2 years ago. Somebody kind of pushed her into it. They are allowed 5 events per year. She has 10 gold medals after 2 years. In that picture, she's shooting a bow and arrow. Her one arm's paralyzed, so she has to pull the bowstring back with her teeth and shoot the arrow that way. If somebody can do that, I'm pretty sure there's some position somewhere in a government agency where we could help reduce that 85% unemployment number.
Are there any questions?
Well, it's not a question, but 100% endorsement. I just think it's a phenomenal idea. And I don't know if I'd call myself a shark, but I am going to be your champion. So we're going to be there, and we will do this, and we're going to make it a great success. So we're going to follow up. What we need to do is we'll organize a team. I'm going to ask Colonel Decker and Joe Kennedy to be in touch with you so that we can work and get with the VA and get everything rolling so that we can be there on the ground. I think it's a phenomenal idea. It's customer first. Let's go to them. That's where they are. Let's take advantage of it. So we'll be there in force, and hopefully we'll be there with some good jobs that we can offer as well. So look forward to making your idea a reality. Let's take it immediately the next step by assembling the team and get going, because we don't have time to waste since July is only a year away.